April 15, 1947. One rookie steps onto a Major League Baseball field, and overnight, American sports and American life are changed forever. The story of Jackie Robinson isn't just about the first black player in modern baseball. It's about the man Branch Rickey handpicked for an experiment so dangerous it started with a secret pledge to endure hate and humiliation without fighting back. Robinson delivered, becoming Rookie of the Year, then Most Valuable Player, then the icon who could steal home in a World Series with thousands watching and Yogi Berra raging. But what prepared him for this? Growing up fatherless in Pasadena, court-martialed in Texas, scouted in secrecy, and what price did he pay off the field? The answer starts with his origins. Born in 1919 in the rural town of Cairo, Georgia, Jackie Robinson entered the world at the edge of America's color line. His father left before he could walk, so his mother, Mally Robinson, took 5 children west, landing in Pasadena, California during the 1920s. The move was part of the Great Migration, but California offered no easy escape from poverty or prejudice. Mally found work cleaning houses, sometimes for less than $1 a day. The family squeezed into cramped apartments, often facing landlords who refused to rent to black tenants. Jackie grew up watching his mother stretch every penny, never backing down from a challenge. Pasadena's schools were integrated on paper, but the lines were everywhere, on playgrounds and swimming pools, at restaurants that turned him away. He learned early that respect was something you had to claim. That edge showed up in every game he played. By high school, Jackie was already a star, but at UCLA he became a phenomenon, lettering in football, basketball, track, and baseball. No one else at the university had pulled off that feat. Coaches and classmates remembered a player who hated to lose, a runner who outraced everyone, and a teammate who pushed others to match his drive. Mally's strength and the daily grind of making it in a world set against them built a competitor who refused to be broken. The roots of Jackie Robinson's resolve were set in Pasadena's sun-baked streets long before he ever picked up a bat for the Dodgers. Branch Rickey, the Brooklyn Dodgers president, was looking for more than just talent. He needed someone who could carry the weight of history without flinching. In 1945, Rickey sent scout Clyde Sukeforth to Kansas City to watch Jackie Robinson play for the Monarchs. Robinson's quick feet and sharp mind stood out, but Rickey wanted to test something deeper. He invited Robinson to Brooklyn under the cover story of forming a new black team, the Brown Bombers. The real plan stayed secret. On August 28, 1945, Robinson sat across from Rickey for 3 tense hours. Rickey hurled insults, slammed his fist, and acted out the abuse Robinson would face in the majors. He needed proof that Robinson could keep his cool. Robinson, jaw tight, listened through the storm. Rickey finally asked, "Do you have the guts not to fight back?" Robinson's answer came steady. He could stand it if it meant opening the door for others. That day, there were no contracts or guarantees, just a handshake and a personal vow. Robinson left Brooklyn knowing he'd been chosen not only for his .349 average and 40 stolen bases in Montreal, but for his resolve. The pledge he made in Rickey's office would soon be put to the test, on a stage bigger than any ballpark he'd ever seen. The 1947 season begins with 26,623 fans crowding Ebbets Field, more than half of them black, all drawn to see Jackie Robinson's first steps onto a major league diamond. Every pitch is a test. Robinson bats second, plays first base, and by the end of April, he's already a headline. But the real trial comes in Philadelphia. Ben Chapman, the Phillies manager, unleashes a stream of slurs and threats from the dugout, instructing his players to spike Robinson at every chance. The abuse isn't subtle. It's relentless, echoing across the field and into the press box. Reporters start to turn their attention not just to the game, but to the ugliness in the stands and on the field. Robinson never flinches. He hits .297 for the year, scores 125 runs, and leads the league with 29 stolen bases. Each stolen base is a challenge, each run a statement that he belongs. The Dodgers' attendance soars, over 1.8 million fans, a record for the club, nearly double the year before. The crowds are different now, black families from Harlem, white fans from Brooklyn, all filling the stands together. Robinson's play forces the league to reckon with his talent, not just his presence. By season's end, he's named Rookie of the Year. The numbers speak for themselves, but so does the sight of integrated crowds and the roar that follows every hit, every dash for home. By 1949, Jackie Robinson was no longer just a symbol, he was the best player in the National League. That season, he hit .342, led the league in stolen bases with 37, and drove in 124 runs. His on-base percentage soared above .430, and his OPS pushed near .960, a number reserved for the game's elite. Pitchers tried to keep him off the bases, but Robinson turned every walk or single into a threat. His leads off first base made infielders twitch, pitchers hurry, and crowds hold their breath. He forced errors, stole bases, and scored runs that didn't look possible. The 1949 MVP trophy wasn't a gesture. It was recognition that the most disruptive, dynamic player in baseball wore a Brooklyn uniform. 6 years later, Robinson delivered the most unforgettable play of his career. It's Game 1 of the 1955 World Series. The Dodgers face the Yankees again, and Robinson, now a veteran, takes his lead off third. In a flash, he breaks for home. Yogi Berra springs up to block the plate, ball and glove, but Robinson slides in, kicking up a cloud of dust. The umpire calls him safe. Berra explodes in protest, but the call stands. That steal of home isn't just a highlight, it's Robinson's brand of chaos, distilled. He didn't just play the game, he bent it to his will, in the brightest spotlight against the toughest opponent. In that moment, the Dodgers believed, and a city roared. Robinson's legacy was more than numbers. It was the pressure he brought and the barriers he broke, all in a single dash for home. Hate mail arrived by the bag, sometimes more than 100 letters a week. Threats scrawled on cheap paper, warnings not to show up at the ballpark, promises of violence if he didn't quit. The Dodgers often booked separate hotels in towns that refused to house black players. At restaurants, Robinson and his teammates sometimes ate in silence, the room divided by more than just uniforms. Rachel Robinson shielded their young son from the worst of it, sorting through stacks of hostile letters and learning to spot danger in a stranger's glance. Each day, the family lived with the possibility that a threat might become real. In the clubhouse, Pee Wee Reese broke through the tension one afternoon, walking over and placing his arm around Robinson's shoulder. For a moment, the jeering quieted. That simple gesture said what words couldn't. He wasn't alone. Jackie Robinson's career numbers stand as a monument to what he accomplished on and off the field. Over 10 seasons, he posted a .311 batting average, reached base at a .409 clip, and stacked up 6 All-Star selections. His impact didn't end with the Dodgers. Robinson's presence forced every team in Major League Baseball to confront its own color line. One by one, clubs brought in black players. Cleveland in 1947, the Giants in 1949, and even the Red Sox, the last holdout, in 1959. In 1997, 50 years after his debut, MLB retired Robinson's number 42 across the league. No other player's number is honored in this way. Each April 15th, every player wears 42, a living tribute to the man who changed the game forever. On April 15, 1947, Jackie Robinson became the first black player in Major League Baseball's modern era, launching a transformation that extended far beyond the diamond. Despite facing daily threats and receiving thousands of hate letters, Robinson finished his career with a .311 batting average, 6 All-Star selections, and the 1949 National League MVP award. Documents show that his success accelerated the integration of every MLB team, though full integration took over a decade. Some details, like the true scope of psychological toll on his family, remain only partly documented in letters and interviews. Today, every MLB player wears number 42 each April 15th, and Robinson's impact is recognized in civil rights records and league archives. The evidence is clear. Jackie Robinson's courage and excellence changed both the sport and the nation, proving that dignity under pressure can move history forward.